Hey guys, today I got a review of the Muset 1C. This is a new version of the headphones that I reviewed before. I didn't put these on my YouTube channel before. This video will be on YouTube and on Amazon. The Amazon one will be noticeably lower quality because they limit how much you can upload to like 100 megabytes or whatever, so it's going to be really compressed. Definitely check out your YouTube video. There should be a link below. If not, you can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/bobs.exe. And you should see these there. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these off so I can show you the features. And before I get into the actual review parts, these were given to me to review from the company that makes them. So this is not a paid review, this is not a sponsored review, this is just they gave these to me to review. So alright, so that's out of the way. Like I'm not going to have a coupon code and I don't make any money off this at all. So from the company. So alright, so here are the old versions. As you can see, they look pretty similar. Put them on top. Looks like the cable's about the same length, but if you look right here, you can see it looks like it's about the same angle as well. But of course they have their new design, which is nice. It says IS instead of INS. But the first thing you'll notice is this actually comes in a really nice box. I really like this. It's simplistic yet elegant. And don't think I'm just saying that just because the company gave me this for review. Let's see if we can get this to focus. Alright. So, it's a really nice design. I mean, there's not too much on there. They have the name of their company. And then they don't actually have the name of the product. It says IP55 down here. A nice Muset 1C would be nice up here. That would make it a little bit better, but I just like the design of the box. I'm a big fan of these magnetic flaps. So you open it up, and this is where these things would be. They'd be right in here on top. And that's how you take these out. And at first I had a problem trying to actually find the USB charging cable, but it will be right under here, inside this little flap. Is your USB charging cable, and you also get a manual, which is pretty nice. And you also get a bunch of different those silicone earbud things, so you can actually switch them out with the ones that come with it, which is actually pretty nice. Now, with this design, you may think that this is kind of like those headphones you use. Let's see if I can find some, for example. It looks very similar to these. But the difference is, what I do is, see how this is a lot more recessed than this is? This, you can actually have it laying right outside your ear, while this, you'd have to pretty much push this foam thing almost like all the way into your ear. So with this, you can just have it sitting on top, sitting like right outside the little crevice of your ear, creating a sealed gap with your ear, like right here, with a little bit of pressure. So the way I wear them is not with the silicone actually in my ear itself. So basically it sits on the outside, since the speaker's a lot closer. But it could also be the height of the cushion. Let's take a look. This one's a little bit bigger, so that explains the recess a little bit. But as you see, the speaker grill is a lot closer to the end of the silicone. So if you didn't see my review of the old model, I don't remember. I just had the old model. Here it is. These, I like them, but for the price, I wasn't a huge fan of the sound quality, and also the buttons are a little bit small. And I think those are the main things I was talking about. They were pretty comfortable, but you had to keep adjusting them because they move on your head a little bit. So the main issue I had with these again was the sound quality. Like the comfort and stuff, that was just the kind of like, you can just adjust them and just leave them there. They do a pretty good job of staying still. Since this has the same design, the comfort things are kind of similar. Luckily, since they added these little silicone bits on the end, as opposed to this, it's quite a bit more comfortable. As you can see here, with this design, there's a lot more exposed area, while this is a lot more smooth. So this is noticeably more comfortable. It's a lot easier to get into a good position than this is. Like I said, this is still comfortable, but it takes a while to kind of like maneuver it in your ear to get a good, comfortable position, and you have to make it stay there. And it also has more of an oval hole, so it actually takes up more space in your ear than just this. Side by side, boom. So, okay, and then just to prove that this review is not sponsored, I'm definitely going to be talking about some bad things, but again, the first thing we'll go into is the good things. Main problem with this, like I said, is sound quality. These, they do cost more. They're on sale as of this video being released for $27, and at that price, it's an absolute steal. Normally, it has a price listed as $69, which is closer to $70, which sounds like quite a bit for headphones. But when I first turned these on and hooked them up to my phone, I was actually really impressed with the sound quality. Now, the sound quality is not like going to blow your mind or anything, but it is actually really good. It's significantly better than these old ones, and it's significantly better than the other ones I was using. And of course, that is kind of something you expect for something that costs more. But the main issue I had with the old ones was I have other Bluetooth headphones that sounded better that cost less. I have wired headphones that sound better that cost less. I'm happy to say with these, they've actually improved the sound quality. So it's actually pretty much almost on par with my wired headphones at the same price. My wired $70 LG headphones. I think they were closer to $60, but pretty much the main thing is, though, you can't expect it to be exactly the same. This isn't just a cop-out or me saying, like, oh, the company's just trying. This is truth. Like, if you compare pretty much any headphones at the same price with good quality wired and good quality Bluetooth, the wired are always going to sound better. It's just the way that they are. But these actually sound they actually sound pretty close to my Logitech headphones. The main difference being, again, the main problem I had with the last model, the form factor. When you have something that's small like this compared to, let me show you the headphones I was using for comparison last time. So this is the style that I was comparing to last time. And yes, of course, these do cost more than these, but these also have better sound quality. The main problem with these, the sound quality of this is, since the speaker heads are so small, you can only get so much sound range out of them. While you get good highs, you get good lows, and you also get you actually get pretty good bass if you have these closer to your ears. You have to have the silicone pretty much like in closer to the ear cavity to actually feel it, but it actually has really decent bass for these, which is really good to hear. I don't have any other Bluetooth headphones to really compare them with, but I tried other Bluetooth headphones, even these, which I liked better than the old model, don't have very good bass. I've had I just been through quite a few headphones, just not a lot of Bluetooth ones, and I was actually really happy with the bass on these. So bass, the highs sound really nice, the lows sound pretty good too. The mid-tones are good as well, but the main problem is, I don't know how to pronounce this, but kind of like the contrast in the sounds. I feel like, I don't know much about how audio works, but I feel like with these big cups, since there's more space in there, you can actually produce, I don't know how to say, like, more full volume, but it's like when you have a tone go from really, really low to high, or increasing in volume, with these, you can hear the high, medium, and low, but you can't really feel the transition as much. It just kind of feels like it's getting higher in steps instead of like stages. Like it doesn't feel like as smooth. So these still do sound really good. And my main thing I said about the old ones, my last thing was I'd use these while doing sporting events because they're super lightweight, they're very comfortable and stuff. But I wouldn't use them for just casual music listening because sound quality wasn't good enough. These are really good. I like the sound quality of these a lot. I would actually use these for in-home music listening, for like if I'm just walking around the house and stuff. But like I said, it's really hard to explain the range issue I'm talking about. But it's just with certain sounds, you'll know it's not bad, but you will certainly notice the you'll know if you're really like interested, if you really like music, you can kind of notice that the transition between high and low is not as noticeable with these as they are with bigger headphones. And I'm pretty sure that is just an issue with the size of the speakers. So you can't really expect great range out of small things, in my opinion. All right, so I spent a lot of time on that. The last thing is, again, like this is another dislike. The buttons. The buttons are tiny. At first, I couldn't figure out how to push them because on the old model, it's just a simple little button like here. You can see it very easily, but when it's on your head, it's a little bit small. My fingers slip on them. It's kind of hard, but after a while, you get used to where the buttons are. On this, they actually include this pretty nice, I think it's water resistant and I guess probably impact resistant rubber. You can see the buttons right there. It's just almost just as thick as the other one. But what you can actually do is you can actually remove this, which was actually required to charge it. For a while, it actually took me a couple minutes to actually find the charging port. I'm like looking all around this. I'm like, where's the charging port? And I realized I actually had to peel this off. So you can peel this off and leave it, and it's just fine. You just won't get the water resistance, which is kind of nice if you're using it outside. If you're getting like rain or whatever, that rubber will keep the water out of the buttons and keep these things lasting. It charges through micro USB. The cable's included. I really like that because it's the same type my phone uses. Move around on the side. You got your volume buttons, and they're actually connected this time, which is really nice. You can actually feel them together, and you can push down one side or the other. I don't want to keep comparing it to the last model, so this is the last thing I'm going to tell you about because chances are you're looking at this model and not the last one. The last one had the same thing, I guess, but just a little bit closer together, it feels like. I don't know. But I'd like the newer one. Yeah, it looks like it might be a little bit bigger. I'm not exactly sure. Just keep going with this. So the nice thing this thing has is NFC for pairing. It's a nice feature, but I mean you're just using it for pairing, so chances are you're only going to be using it actually once. So all you have to do is you just take your phone, you tap it onto here, and then when the Bluetooth headphones are off, and it'll give you a pairing request. With my newest phone, the NFC pair didn't really work, but it's running custom firmware, and I only tried it on one thing. On this phone, it actually did work. It worked just fine. It just took a few tries on my AT&T Samsung Galaxy S2. Just standard pairing is pretty easy. It's detailed in the manual. Hold down the button. Worked just fine. It paired on my LG G2 I'm using to record this, Samsung Galaxy S2, on my computer. All of them paired without a problem. Even with using custom firmware, as you can see right here, it didn't have any problems pairing. And again, I said the sound quality was pretty good with them. What's the other thing I was going to talk about? Battery life, again, like with any Bluetooth device, it's not a given. It depends on what you're actually broadcasting, because certain sounds, certain bit rates or volumes or whatever, it will use it with battery a little bit more. I wore these and used them for about 5 hours straight, and my battery is still going fine. One other nice feature about these is they actually use, instead of using a beep code from the other one, where it beep once when you turn it on or beep twice when you turn it off, it actually says headphones connected, headphones disconnected, headphones powered off. It actually speaks that in your headphones, which is really nice because the beep code can get a little bit confusing. It also will say like last dialed call when you push the multifunction button for last dialed call. So I will be keeping these things on for most of the time, even though it's kind of a pain to take them off the charge. It's really nice that for when I use these for biking and stuff, that I don't have to worry about water getting in the buttons or whatever. So going on to another bad thing, kind of, is the actual fit. I like the design, kind of, but I actually prefer the bigger headphones better. They're a lot easier to get in a comfortable position. Again, these don't have as good sound quality, but I mean, when you can fit these on your ears, they have bigger speaker heads, so you can probably get more dynamic range or whatever. And they fit my ears better. With these, although they did do a really nice job of redesigning it, let me just give you an example. I need same type of thing. There we go. So like if your head was on like this and you wanted to have your headphones on, you'd have your headphones on something like this. Unfortunately, they don't just stay in one position. They can actually move even when you're in your ears a little bit. And when at certain angles, they can create pressure points in your ear. They will push against the sides of your ear and will get a little bit uncomfortable. So what I normally do is I put them on my ear and I rotate this back a little bit and pull this up. And it usually gets in a comfortable position pretty much every time. So it doesn't have no pressure points. I had these on, once I got in a comfortable position, I had it on for about, like I said, about 5 hours. I only took them off maybe once or twice when I was trying to get something. And it was really comfortable the whole time. The only time when it became uncomfortable was not during that test, when I was wearing a hood and biking. Sometimes if I try to reach over to take out my phone or something, my hood would move, or it's basically, if my hood moved, it would bump this little cable on the back, and it would move the headphones. It would readjust them, and sometimes it would push it back and make a pressure point, and it will push in on my ear a little bit. But basically, just for normal activity, where you don't have a lot of movement around the back of your head, it's fine. As you can see, it stays in pretty well. Shaking, it's not going to move very easily. But if you have something pushing against the back of your head like a hood, that may cause a little bit of movement. I'll have to try it with running to see if that causes any difference. But all in all, I really like it. I wish they offered a different design. Like I said, it's a small company. I'm not using that as an excuse to give them free passes on anything, but they do only have 2 products currently. So it would be nice if they made a bigger version for people who prefer bigger headphones. But I mean, you know what you're getting by just looking at the picture. You know they're small headphones. You know the style and stuff just by looking at them. So if you like this style, like I said, most of negative things I've had about the fit and stuff mainly comes down to personal preference. So, I mean, I still use these. I had no problems using them for 5 hours straight. The sound quality was really good. I used them for an audiobook, but I've used them for music and stuff too, a few different types. I like them. They're not going to blow your mind, but they are actually really good for the price. So, I suggest checking them out. And the last thing we'll test real quick is call quality. Since the speakers are actually, they have a built-in microphone, it's going to be on the side of your ear. So what I found is it's not the clearest. It sounds a little bit muffled. I'll give you guys a little example. So first thing we'll do is start out using my phone. So here's what my phone sounds like normally without Bluetooth. Hello? Oh, let me unmute myself. Hello?
Hello?
So this is what it sounds like
without Bluetooth. So this gives you a general idea of how clear it is. A-E-I-O-U, A-B-C-D-E-S-G. Alright, and now we're going to switch over to Bluetooth. Give me a second. Alright, now we're on Bluetooth. So, as you can hear, it's not very clear. It sounds a little bit muffled. If I talk really fast, you probably won't have a really able to hear very well. So here's an example. I'm talking pretty fast right now, you actually understand what I said? I mean, it's still good sound, but it gives you a general idea of how the Bluetooth sounds. So, okay. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, switch back to speakerphone real quick. We'll switch over back to the headset with my phone on the side of my head. This is the same position my Bluetooth headset will be. Alright, now here we are back. As you see, it sounds a lot more clear. Still sounds kind of echoey because I'm using speakerphone on my phone, but I think it sounds clear. The microphone on a Bluetooth headset is not really bad per se, but I just feel like it could be a little bit better. It's not like a really negative point. You're probably not using this for calls very much, but it's still usable. I just wish they could have done a little bit better job on the microphone.
Alright, so that's the microphone quality. Again, not great, but I mean, it's not really bad. Like, it's not like terrible or trash or anything that it's very usable. So, okay, yep, that's the microphone test. Like I said, most of the negative stuff I had about the fit was just personal. So, I mean, it's up to you. But I like them. So, yeah. I guess that's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.